Hello, and welcome back to the channel. As most of you know, I'm Topher. And for those of you who don't know and just randomly decided to click on this video for some reason, welcome to the channel. I'm Topher. Thank you for stopping by. So I figured it was time for another channel update video as it is December. Happy December, everybody. We've got 1 month left in 2021. The year just kind of flew by a lot faster than last year did, Lord Jesus. Not too many things to update with this month, but you know, just wanted to give you guys a little chat and whatnot. So last month I did the themed weeks for my reactions. Every week was a different theme of things I was thankful for, with November being Thanksgiving. So the first week was boy band week, which was a huge success. So many new boy bands that I just fell in love with. So many new husbands for me to just drool over. So many new followers, subscribers to the channel who are bringing all kinds of content, suggesting all kinds of videos and whatnot. So that was just a huge success. I'm so happy that I did that. But even as much as I did get covered in that week, there's still so much left that I didn't get to cover. Like, I touched on a lot of boy bands, but I didn't get to touch in depth on the boy bands. So theoretically, I want to do another boy band week, but I'm not entirely sure when that's going to be, but we'll put a pin in that. We'll come back to that in a second. Then the second week, things I was thankful for was my queen, my goddess, my end-all be-all, the one, the only Miss Kelly Clarkson, as she released her second Christmas album, When Christmas Comes Around, last month. And she's been giving me some Christmas performances for the last couple of weeks, which I've been reacting to and trying to get unblocked. We'll see whenever that happens. And just all of her general amazingness. And actually, I checked her playlist earlier today, and we crossed the 100 video threshold for her. So she's the first artist on the channel, as she should be. And she's the first artist on the channel who's gotten more than 100 reaction videos from me. So that's exciting. Yay, queen. Yay. And then the third week was the Philippines, because as I've mentioned so many times, the Philippines and the people of the Philippines, Filipino content, everything has just been so amazingly supportive of my channel and of me of the last few years. And yeah, just my way of saying thank you. And we started doing the Jollibee commercials, which I've really enjoyed. I need to get back into those, but that's another thing that seemed to be really popular that I started newly. And then the last week was BL stuff. I started a new series that you guys voted on in the poll last month, Tale of a Thousand Stars. I continued Gray Rainbow. I didn't finish it, but I'm going to finish it within the next week and a half or so. And then I finished... Did I finish any series this month? Or last month? Maybe I didn't. No, I didn't finish any series. I continued Advance Bravely, which I've been enjoying. And I continued HIStory4 Trapped, which, as you can see, I'm sporting my newest BL merch shirt that's arrived. I had a few arrive in the mail earlier today, and I was really excited. Yeah, so it's just been a very productive month. Lots of videos, lots of content, and just lots of interactions. And I've really enjoyed. It's been a lot of work, but I've really enjoyed just the stuff we've accomplished in the last month. So thank you guys. Thank you guys for all your support. But as far as this month goes, I won't be doing the themed weeks this month. This month is a little bit busier for me. Those who've been following my channel long enough know that I have like 700 jobs, but I'm also a performer, and occasionally I'll get gigs where I'll do like tours with different children's theaters and whatnot, and just tour around the area for different periods of time. So last year wasn't able to do any of that because of obviously Corona, COVID, all that stuff got shut down. So there weren't any field trip programs and all that kind of stuff. But this month we're diving back in for the first time since Rona hit. Like back when the Rona outbreak happened in like March of 2020, I was in the middle of a tour, and the rest of the tour ended up getting canceled because of Rona and whatnot, and we haven't been on the road since. We haven't performed since. I've done other shows since then, but we haven't done any of our touring stuff. So I was actually just at my first rehearsal earlier today. We have our last rehearsal tomorrow, and then we hit the road next week. So it's going to be a shorter tour, not because things are getting back to normal, but things aren't quite there yet. So there's still some places that aren't quite open yet, or some places that aren't doing the field trip program, blah, 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 blah. So I'll be on tour the next couple of weeks, but it won't be like the full month and a half like it normally is. So for the next couple of weeks, the amount of content that I put out might be minimized just because I'll still be working my other jobs, just because the majority, normally whenever I do one of these tours, we have like a good 6, 7, or it depends on which show, but we have a good number of stops that are out of town, so then I'll be staying out of town a lot of the time. But here I think we only have like 1 or 2 gigs that are out of town. The rest of the gigs are in the general area. They might be like an hour away or whatnot, but nothing to warrant us like going out of town and getting a hotel and staying out of town overnight and whatnot. It's just commuting to and from. So I'll still be working my jobs and I'll still be doing all that, but I'll also be performing, so that might minimize the amount of time that I have to record, edit, and upload content. I'll still be putting content out there, just, it may not be as bam, 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 excessive as it was in November when I had a lot more free time. Yeah, and then as far as series that I'm going to be reacting to, obviously I'm going to continue reacting to Advance Bravely, although I've held off on reacting to it for the last like week and a half or so, because I finally found a translation of the novel. There's, I guess, multiple translations, but I found a translation and have it on my iPad, and I've been reading through it, and what I want to do is I want to catch up to where I am, so that after each episode that I react to going forward, I can then, like, okay, read up until that in the book and see what the differences are, do kind of a compare and contrast between the novel and the actual episode and whatnot. So I'm holding off on that until I catch up to where I am right now in the novel. And then HIStory4 Trapped, by the time you guys see this particular video, I will have finished that series. But I'm not quite sure when I'm going to release the reaction, because I have some issues. I love y'all. Y'all know I love y'all. Y'all are super duper supportive, and I love y'all. But some of you guys do not know how to keep your mouths shut and do not know how to avoid spoilers. No matter how many times people put down the comments, don't put any spoilers, don't do spoilers, don't ruin blah 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 blah. There's some of you guys that just can't control yourselves, and I get it. We're excited about, I've had tons of reactors that I follow and that are reacting to series I love. Like the number of people who I follow because they were reacting to Buffy the Vampire Slayer, one of my all-time favorite series, or people reacting to different anime and whatnot. Like, I love it. So I understand the excitement when other people are reacting to content that you enjoy, but I keep my mouth shut. Because yes, I'm excited for them to get to certain episodes or to see certain things, but it's like, I still want them to have that genuine first experience. But some of y'all don't quite know or don't quite understand that idea. And I don't get it. So at the end of episode 9 for HIStory4 Trapped, I gave my commentary and I made mention that I just had a bad feeling. And I had this uneasy feeling from where the episode left us and how the episode was going and blah, 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 blah. And yeah, that I hope, certain things don't happen, blah, 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 but we'll have to wait and see. And there's a lot of people, there's an abundance of people in the comment section, not necessarily saying what's going to happen, but basically alluding to the fact that something good is not going to happen. Whether it be comments saying that the actual season ended at the end of episode 9 and episode 10 is just, it doesn't exist, or people saying that there's an alternate, ending or alternate universe in this other video over here, or blah, 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 blah. Like, just abundance of different kind of comments, but all basically alluding to something that's not good, that the majority of people don't like. And even though it's not like a detailed what's going to happen kind of spoiler, it's still like an emotional spoiler. Like, I'm still going into it knowing that something bad is going to happen. And a similar kind of thing happened with my guy, Saw Pellicula. reactions, and I made my commentary on that because I think between like episode 6 and 7 or episode 7 and 8, I don't remember quite which one, but there was like like a week and a half period between the episodes, and I was getting through those episodes pretty consistently, but like there was definitely a significantly longer amount of time between those 2 episodes because people were leaving, again, those kind of emotional spoilers in the comments section, and it's like, well, it kind of ruins the experience for me because now I know to expect something bad to happen. Like, yes, I may have already had that inkling in my head, but I've been wrong about things before. I've theorized things in a bunch of different series I've watched, and things have been wrong and whatnot, but like, I like having that genuine first time experience, and whenever that genuine first time experience is kind of taken away from me, it's like, guys. So that's kind of how I was feeling looking at those comments on episode 9 of History 3 Make Our Days Count. So yeah, similar to how I did with Gaia. Well, with Gaia, I just took the long break in between watching the episodes and then uploading my thing. Here, it's only been a few days since I uploaded my reaction to episode 9, so I'm going to react to it in this session. The episode's downloading while I'm recording this channel update video. So I'll have that done and uploaded, but I don't think I'm gonna release it for, I don't know when I'm gonna release it. And like, I don't want to say it's like a punishment, because like I don't want to punish anybody, and I don't want people who weren't really guilty to have to, not necessarily suffer, but have to pay the cost of what other people did. But like, that it really seems to be the only way to get through to people. I know people want me to just like barrel through, and I think really the only way to get through to people is to withhold what they want, and I hate having to do that. I hate doing that. And I know a lot of people will be like, well, just don't read the comments, or and it's like, if I didn't want to read the comments, I would just turn the comments off. If I didn't want comments, I would turn the comments off on my videos. The whole reason I have the comments on is because I enjoy the conversations I have with people. I enjoy the community we build. I enjoy exchanging ideas, going back and forth. I enjoy that stuff. So if I'm going to take off the comments, then it's like, well, why even bother reacting? What's the point of reacting if I don't get the feedback from you guys, whether or not you agree, you disagree, whether you like the thoughts I had, whether you had different thoughts? It's like, at that point, it's like I may not even bother reacting, may not have the channel. The whole reason I do it is because I enjoy the community there, but there are people who don't seem to quite know how to keep their mouths shut, and it's unfortunate. So yeah, that reaction will be done and recorded by the time you see this video. I just don't know when I'm gonna actually release it. I'm just gonna hold off on releasing it for a little while, and hopefully that will, I don't know, I'd say hopefully it will curtail that habit in the future, but it probably won't. And, we'll just have to readdress it when it happens again. I may, schedule it to release ahead of time so that you guys can see, oh, it'll be released on this date, or it'll go live on this date. Or I might just keep it hidden and then just release it whenever I feel like releasing it. I don't know. We'll find out. But yeah, that's what's going on with that reaction. Speaking of reactions to the history series, that kind of leads into my next point that I wanted to touch on, because in addition to polls that I did last month for what series to start this month, or to start last month, which was Tale of a Thousand Stars, I put up a couple other polls earlier this week, or at the end of last week, basically saying, hey, we are nearing the end of our History 3 Make Our Days Count journey, and it's time to decide our next history journey that we're going to go on. And then in addition to that, I also put up another poll about just what other series that you guys have heavily recommended over the last couple months that I should react to, and I listed 5 that have been highly recommended. And when it comes to the history poll, and I guess really the other poll too, there's been a lot of back and forth between people. There's a lot of strong opinions about the different history series and whatnot, because right now I believe in the lead is History 4 Close to You. And like I said, I think last month when I put up the initial poll after I finished History 3 Trapped, and you guys voted on History 3 Make Our Days Count. Eventually I'm going to get through all the series. That's my plan anyway. I'm just putting the polls up for you guys to, let me know which one you want me to do next, what order I'm going to do these guys in. But eventually my plan is to watch them all. But yeah, History 4 is what's in the lead right now, and it's a very polarizing series from what I'm seeing. There are people who really, really love it. There are people who really, really hate it. And there are people who they enjoy it. They enjoy most of it. They enjoy aspects of it, but they recognize that there's some problematic subject matter in the series, and they're concerned that that subject matter will trigger me and I will not enjoy the series. And yeah, I go back and forth in my head because I've had this conversation so many times with myself, because I appreciate all the people who look out for me and they're like, hey, you're not gonna like this, or hey, I wouldn't recommend this based off of things that you've said in other reactions, based on other things that you've watched and how you've reacted. I don't think this series is going to be for you. I wouldn't even bother with it. I appreciate all those people who are looking out for me. It really, really, it makes me feel like people care. And obviously people do care, so thank you. And on the same note, I appreciate all the people who are super duper excited about series that they enjoy, and they enjoy what I do so much that they want me to also watch these series that they enjoy. That means the world to me as well. But like, the subject matter that you guys have warned me is in, this series and a couple other series. You guys know I'm a big proponent of consent. Y'all know this. I give the speech just about every series I react to. So there's been a lot of people who told me, yes, this series involves, a lot of non-consensual acts. They're kind of romanticizing that in a sense, and there's some other, blah, blah, blah. And there's also this debate about whether or not certain aspects are, it's like someone said that there was incest involved, and other people are like, oh no, there's no incest involved. Like, I don't know. Whatever. It's a series. Basically why I'm bringing it up is because I haven't decided whether or not I'm going to dive into it yet. Like I said, it's in the lead right now, but with as many people who are warning me not to do it because they're not going to enjoy, they don't think I'm going to enjoy it, and they're not going to enjoy me not enjoying it. Yeah, I'm just debating because, like, I want to give you guys the reactions that you ask for, because like I've said so many times, this channel is not a dictatorship. It's not just me saying I'm going to react to what I want to. Most of the time. Every once in a while, it's something that'll just hop the line because I want to react to it because it's my fucking channel. But for the most part, it's a collaboration. It is a community that we have here, and you guys recommend things, and I try to deliver the things that you guys want me to react to. But at the same time, I always feel bad whenever people request something specific and I react to it, and once I'm done reacting to something, like, I know, like, in my soul, in my spirit, whether or not it was a decent reaction. Like, I know whether or not I was really into what I was reacting to, whether I found whatever it was entertaining, whether I didn't really enjoy it. And, like, there have been so many times that I've reacted to things that people have asked me to react to, and once I finished reacting to it, I just never released the reaction because I was like, nah, this wasn't it. I can feel it in my soul. Like, that reaction wasn't what people want. And I'm not necessarily, I'm here to, people please or give people what they want, but I'm like, you know, when people ask you to react to something, they only ask you to react to it because they're excited about it and they want you to also be excited about it. And sometimes I react to things and I'm just not excited about it. Like, it does nothing for me. So I've had so many reactions where I've recorded them and they just sit in the folder. And eventually I just delete them because I'm like, nah, it's not worth the effort to edit this. No, this isn't a good reaction. So I'd hate to dive into the HIStory4 series and have it end up being that way, where it ends up being something that I'm just not enjoying. But I don't know. I won't know until I watch it. I guess basically me babbling in this case is saying that if I decide to go down that route and react to HIStory4 close to you, just don't be surprised if you do not get the super enthusiastic, joyous reaction from me that you're looking for. Because if it's something that that just isn't for me, I'm not about to sit here and fake it. Like, it's just, if it's not for me, it's not for me. And then similar thing with the series TharnType. I've been requested to react to that series for the longest. Ever since I started reacting to series on this channel, TharnType is a consistent request over and over and over again, and people want me to dive into the TharnType universe. And in the poll that I put up this month for potential series, one of the series was Love by Chance, because it's been recommended so many times, and that's in the TharnType universe. But I've been told time and time again, do not react to TharnType. Do not react to it. You will not enjoy it. It is not for you. You will not enjoy it. You've made so many, speeches about consent. It is not for you. It is not for you. Don't react to it. Don't react to it. And at the same time, I've had so many other people like, hey, when are you going to react to this? I've been waiting forever. I've been asking for so long. When are you going to react to this? When are you going to react to this? So it's this constant back and forth, back and forth. Should I, shouldn't I? Should I, shouldn't I? So I'm like, I don't know. I still haven't decided whether or not I'm going to react to it or dive into that universe. Some people have said that Love by Chance, yes, it still deals with some of those ideas, but it's not nearly as bad as TharnType. I don't know. But same thing as with HIStory4. If I decide to dive into the TharnType universe, because so many of you guys have been asking for it, you guys just have to know that this reaction comes with a potential trigger warning that you may not get the reaction that you want. I might give it a chance. But if I do decide to dive into either of these series, you guys have to know that based on just like stances that I have and things I've said in the past, you may not get the reaction that you like. You may not get the excited, yes, ooh, thirsting over everything kind of reaction that you get in certain series. You may get a very different kind of reaction. But like I've said in other videos, if I choose to go down that route, even though I've been warned that yes, these series have certain themes in them that I'm not particularly fond of, if nothing else, it's an opportunity for discussion. It opens up discussion opportunities, potential education opportunities, and just, yes, they're unpleasant topics, but unpleasant topics need to be talked about. So who knows? We will see. But yeah, so that's my tirade about TharnType, HIStory4, and just those general universes. I understand that I have an abundance of people who want me to react to them. I understand that I have an abundance of people who are looking out for me and they're saying don't react to these things. So if I make the decision to react to those things, which I will let you guys know if I do make that decision to react to these things, just know that those reactions may not be what you want from me. And I can't make any promises until I watch things, so I don't know. Alright, let's see, what else? So I'm on tour. Reactions. So yeah, it said we're going to put a pin in the boy band stuff. I've done a lot of boy band stuff and I've got a lot more that I'm excited to get to. So I think towards the end of the month, because like I said, this tour that I'm going on, it's a shorter one. It's only for like a couple of weeks. So I should be done. I think I'm done somewhere around like the 17th or something. So I'm done somewhere around the 3rd week of the month. So once I'm done with the tour, and then I'll be on Christmas vacation from my theater job for like a week or 2, maybe. I think it's the last 2 weeks in the month. I don't know, lucky thing. Basically, towards the end of the month, I'll have free time, is where I'm going. So I think towards the end of the month, I'll do another boy band week, or maybe I'll do a boy band couple weeks, or boy band half month, or something like that. I don't know. But I'll do more boy band themed stuff towards the end of the month. Not saying that I won't react to other boy band things before then. It's just I'll do my concentration of boy band things towards the end of the month, where I can hopefully deep dive into some more of the bands that I already looked at, and look at some more of their music and blah 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 blah. And yeah, I think that's everything. And if it's not, well, I'll make a post somewhere. So yeah, I babbled a lot. This is a very long channel update video. I did not mean to go on a tirade like that for a while. I probably just talked in circles and circles and circles, but just things I had to get out. Had to get these things out. So this History 3 Make Our Days Count reaction will be out at some point this month. And the poll for the next history series is still up. The poll for the next other series that I'll start in December is also up. And I've also been doing these trailer reactions over the last like few days, and those seem to be going very well. You guys seem to really be enjoying those too. So I'm completely open to just making that a continued thing, because like I've said, there's so many series that you guys asked me to react to. There's so many freaking series, and there's just not enough time in the world for me to watch all of them. Not enough time. Like, it's just impossible. So at least like me reacting to these trailers seems to like satiate some of your appetites to like, okay, I can see how he'll react to this series, and now I would really like him to react to this series. And it just gives me an idea of what this series kind of potentially might be about. So if you guys have other trailers or other series that I haven't already reacted to that you want me to, and you know where the trailers are, by all means, suggest them, give them to me. I love doing these trailer reactions because I can pop through like 3 or 4 of them in one video, and it just gets me excited about certain series. It gives me, feelings about other series, and it kind of helps me build a hierarchy in my head of like, oh, okay, I want to dive into this next, or, whatever. So, bring those on. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So I'm going to get to my recording this reaction, and I'll see you guys in my next video. So, love ya. And before you guys go, a shout out to my amazing patrons. I can't begin to express how thankful I am for your support. And if you guys would like to join us over on Patreon, the link is down in the description. Love you guys.